people get really wound up about this because they think, oh, he's saying that he's God. I'm not saying I'm God at all. So don't even bring that stuff up.
Right. Right.
But I'm saying I'm born again of the Spirit of God.
Right.
And I'm in the image of God.
Right.
He did that, not me. Right?
Right.
There you go. Hallelujah. Coffee with Jesus.
Yeah, another Tuesday. Coffee with Jesus.
Good to see you, Bill.
Good to see you, Brian. Are we going to solve the world's problems today?
Well, we're sure going to try, aren't we?
Okay, good deal. Good deal.
We could just get people to listen to us and do what we say.
Yeah, there you go.
No, not really. That's the job of the Holy Spirit.
Yeah. That is a big job.
It is.
Ourselves included.
We need a covenant. If we just had a covenant.
I thought we did.
Oh, we do, huh?
And we do.
Can you tell me about it?
The new covenant.
We do have a new covenant, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
So we're going to look at the word Hesed.
Hesed?
Hesed.
Must not be English.
No, it's not English.
And you're getting...
It's Hebrew.
Hebrew. We're going into the Hebrew?
Yeah, well, we're just going to look at the word.
How do you spell it?
It's Chesed.
The C is silent then?
Yeah, apparently.
Okay.
I've seen it spelled without the C.
Oh, really?
I've seen it spelled with a K in front of it instead of a C.
Oh.
But I believe it's Hesed.
Okay. Okay.
Some people may say Chesed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chesed.
Yeah. Because a lot of the Hebrew words get there are different ways to spell them and different ways to say them.
Okay.
And it seems like nobody really cares.
Right. Right. I can see that.
Not even the Jewish nation.
I can see that. Yeah. Even the Jews don't care, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, what's the point of this word?
Well, the point of the word is it's often translated
loving kindness.
Yeah. Loving kindness, steadfast love, mercy, grace, faithfulness.
Oh, okay. So this is one of the
loyalty.
Attributes of God then.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of his character qualities.
Yes. It is. And if you look in Psalms 136, we don't have to look in there, but
no,
it's got 26 verses in there, and they all end with his mercy endures forever.
Oh, okay. That would be his Hesed.
Yeah.
In Hebrew?
Yeah.
Okay.
So all through that psalm and much of the Old Testament, it's translated as mercy. A lot of times loving kindness.
Oh, or mercy.
Mercy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is because there's not really an English way to convey what this word means.
Okay.
So
and the Greeks didn't have a word for it either. Sometimes Greek explains things a lot better than English. I guess loving kindness, grace, mercy.
Yeah.
Kind of a combo of all those.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Conventional love, mercy, compassion, faithfulness. But it speaks of an obligation, like a covenant.
Oh, between
yes, God
and people.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you go down and you're going to buy a car, right?
Mm-hmm.
You say, all right, you find the car you want.
Mm-hmm.
You go in there, they give you the keys, and they throw it to you, and they say, go ahead, go home, drive it home, and don't worry about the paperwork. We'll do that later.
Right.
That's not what they say, is it?
Well, some of them do.
Somehow, yeah, they do. Yeah,
they know that sells the car. If you don't steal it.
Typically, yeah. Typically, they'll sit you down, you sign some papers.
That's right.
make a payment,
I owe you.
schedule.
Right.
Right, I owe you.
You'll be paying them for 7 years
Yeah, yeah, with interest
with lots of interest.
and on a certain date of every month or whatever, you know.
Oh, yeah. And what happens if you
Yeah.
don't make the payment?
What happens?
They take the
They
car.
take the car.
That's right.
You're in breach of contract, right?
That's right.
So it's a covenant
It is
and it's binding by law.
kind of a contract, more of a
Yes.
secular
It's a
contract, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what a covenant basically
Okay.
is.
Okay.
And so we see that this word Hesed is a loving obligation
On the part of God.
Yeah, well, anybody. If you just think of the basic general meaning of the word,
Mm.
you could have a Hesed covenant with your wife,
Oh, okay.
and I hope you do.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, right. Hopefully every married couple does.
exactly. So you, out of obligation, because of the love that you have for her and for the covenant
Right? Mhm.
that you have, the marriage, it makes you act a certain way, a giving. With
Well,
it.
does that covenant contract, is that required? I mean, if you're committed to that person, why have a contract? Why have a covenant?
Like in marriage, you mean?
Yeah, yeah, just
Yeah,
till death do us part,
that is a contract.
for better, for worse.
That is a contract.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not written, but it's
Well, it's vows. Take it in their vows.
it's vows, right?
Yeah.
Which most people lie about their vows.
Absolutely. I've done that before
Yeah.
myself.
Oh, exactly. Oh, yeah, exactly. It's
Back-
easy to lie about your.
Back when I was a liar.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Me too. Same thing.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
We didn't mean to be lying, I don't think, but
I did.
did you really?
Well, liars lie, right? So
Well, that's true.
much I can do about it, I guess.
That's true.
It's like the horse thief. So why did he steal a horse? Because he's a horse thief.
Yeah,
You know,
That's-
he didn't steal a horse and then become a horse thief.
that's true. That's true.
If we can put it that way.
Yeah, you are a thief. That's true.
Right.
But that covenant is not to keep our feet to the fire, as per se, to where, okay, you've got to love this person. It's not like the car sale, because the car sale, the reason they're getting a contract is they don't trust you,
Right. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But in God's situation,
Covenant. Yeah.
I don't know. Does he trust us? He better not.
Yeah.
So is that why he wants a contract with us? Is because we might break it, or we might quit loving him,
Those are good questions.
right? I mean,
Those
it's
are
just
good
they just
questions.
went across my mind now.
Yeah.
Even though he
Yeah.
had contracts with the Israeli people in the Old Testament,
Right.
they always broke it.
They always broke it.
Most of them,
So that's
right?
a key
Yeah.
to the whole thing of Hesed here. God's
God keeps his side, even though we don't keep our
So-
side.
yeah. See, God is solid.
Yeah, he really is.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's on this side. We'll say it like this.
Right.
God's over here,
Hmm.
and he's solid. He never changes.
Hmm.
So you can come and you can butt up against him, and you can talk to him, and you can do whatever you want, but he's not going to change.
Right. And he'll keep his side of the bargain.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
The problem
Yeah.
is with us.
So now when we put man on the other side of that covenant, we got a problem.
Right. Because man doesn't want to keep it.
Right. And so what does God do? He brings in the law to show people that
But you've fallen
you
short.
you cannot keep the covenant.
You can't keep it.
You fall short, like you said.
Okay.
God has to come in through this covenant into the world with a man,
Hmm.
because we've discussed before that he gave the world over to Adam. He said, "Take dominion,
Right.
subdue the earth." Right, I give it to you,
Hmm.
and Adam gave it over to the devil.
Right.
So 2 Corinthians 4:4 calls Satan the god of this world.
Hmm.
So
Little G.
yeah, little g, itty bitty g.
Yeah. Right. But still G. Yeah.
So still g, yeah, and still dominating over Adam because Adam's in the world.
Yeah.
So now Adam was up here with God, walking with him side by side. Not he isn't God, but
Mhm.
he's godlike. He's made in his image.
Right. Right.
And he's still submitted to God. He's in submission.
Hmm.
People get really wound up about this because they think, oh, he's saying that he's God. I'm not saying I'm God at all. So don't even bring that stuff up.
Right. Right.
But I'm saying I'm born again of the Spirit of God.
Right.
And I'm in the image of God.
Right.
He did that, not me. Right.
Right.
So Adam is with God walking up here. And then when he falls, he's down below and God's up here.
Mm.
And between them,
there's a separation.
yes. And between them, there's the devil.
Mm.
So now Adam's behind the devil and he's scared.
Okay.
That's the first thing he told God. He says, I heard you were coming and I was scared.
Mm-hmm.
I hid myself.
Right. Right.
And so we see that dilemma. Now God is on the outside. Like he still owns the earth, right? He owns the cattle and 1,000 hills, 1,000
right.
cattle. But he's given over in somewhat of a lease over to Adam's.
Okay.
So we could look at it like that.
Okay.
There's a parable that Jesus talks about being leased out.
Right. Right.
And we've talked about this before.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
We have.
So God has to get back in the earth. How is he going to do that?
Yeah.
Man still owns the earth, but he's being dominated by the devil.
Mm.
So how is he going to do it? He has to do it.
Yeah.
Through covenant.
Yeah. He started with what? Noah?
Yes, he had, even with Adam, he had a covenant. They killed animals, they gave him skins.
Oh, okay.
And God would talk to him. He talked to Cain and Abel, and we know how that turned out.
Right.
You know?
Right. So he had a covenant with with Adam?
Yes.
Okay. Even after he fell?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The shedding of blood.
Okay. Did that forgive them?
That covered the sin.
Covered it.
Didn't really forgive it.
So they can continue to talk with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the sacrifices where Cain got in trouble because it was a bloodless sacrifice.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's why he wasn't accepted.
You can get a couple of different opinions on that, but that might have had something to do with it.
He gave fruits and vegetables, right? No blood.
Right.
No blood sacrifice.
Right.
Wow.
Or maybe he didn't give his best. I don't know. There's something wrong with the sacrifice.
Right. Yeah. God did not look on it with favor. Okay.
The Messiah is what he's got to do. He's got to get a redeemer into the earth. The only way he's going to do that is through covenant. So he finds a man, right?
Right.
Abraham.
And not Noah. Noah came first, didn't he?
Yes.
Okay.
Noah's the father of us all.
They call that the Noah covenant, the Adam covenant, Noah, Abraham.
Right. The covenant of Abraham was different than Noah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. He talked about the Messiah with Abraham, right?
Right. He talks about his seed.
Through your seed, all the nations on the earth will be blessed, which is through Jesus.
Yes.
That was Abraham's seed.
Right.
Okay.
Right. That's it.
That explains it.
You're done.
Okay. Great. So what was the purpose of the Noah? The Noah covenant was that
Noah's covenant was to
I will never flood the earth again.
That was the promise of the covenant. Yeah.
Okay.
But the covenant was with Noah because he was like the only guy left.
He was the only one left. Yeah. Righteous.
Yeah. But with Abraham, he says, as for me, and you can see this in Genesis chapter 17, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said, God says, as for me, my covenant is with you. I've made you the father of many nations. Your name is not Abram anymore. Now it's Abraham, which means father of many nations.
Okay.
So, and he says, this is the sign of my covenant that you'll be circumcised, and every child be circumcised on the 8th day. So So now they're cut. They cut the covenant here.
Okay.
So we know what that covenant entails, right? Everything that God has belongs to Abraham now.
Right.
Everything Abraham belongs to God.
Okay.
Here is the covenant where God starts to get his people, the Jewish nation, through Abraham and Sarah,
so that he could bring his son,
his Messiah
into the world. Yeah.
That's the whole thing, right?
Right. That was the whole purpose of
that's why
the covenant with Abraham.
That's why the flood came, because if without that flood, because God's love, right? God is love.
Right.
We really don't understand that.
Right.
But if we think about it, the very essence of it is love. Everything he does is motivated by who he is. He's love. Noah's dilemma with all the sinners and everybody and the Nephilim and all that, we won't get into all that, but If they remain, there's no way the Messiah is going to make it into this earth.
Right.
So love brings the flood.
Okay.
People say, well, why did he bring the flood then if he's love? Well, that's why.
Yeah.
Because there's no way we can be redeemed if he doesn't. So he did it for us.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
To keep the seed pure.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Messiah is coming in through Abraham.
Oh, yeah. Right. Right. And through Noah and through Adam, right? That whole line.
Well, everybody came from Noah, right?
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
From Noah? I guess they did.
Yeah.
I guess you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. After the flood.
And one of his three sons, right? Ham, Shem, and
Japheth.
Japheth.
And the Messiah came through Ham. That's my understanding.
I think so, right?
I think so too.
You're going to test me now.
No, I think so. I think he came through Ham.
Yeah.
Okay.
In Judaism, love is often used as a shorter English translation of the word Chesed. But there's this theorist, Daniel Elazar. Now, I know you want to know about him.
No, I do.
Yeah.
He's got a good Bible name, Daniel.
Yeah. And he suggests that the Chesed cannot be easily translated into English, but it means something like loving covenant obligation.
Okay.
So other suggestions say like grace and compassion.
Okay.
But the love obligation to the covenant from God obligates him to act as the covenant says, because God cannot lie, right?
Right.
Yeah. So he makes a covenant, just like that car dealer when he signs the paper. You pretty much
he's bound. Yeah. He's bound by the contract.
Yeah, but he doesn't love it.
No.
But he's bound to do what the contract says.
Right. Right.
So God, through his love, is bound to the contract. He's not going to change his mind.
Right. Right.
He's not going to say, well, no.
Right.
Not today.
And his contract covenant with us is, what is his part? What is he saying he will do versus what we're supposed to do?
Well,
is that the covenant, right? Two sides?
Talking about the covenant of Abraham?
Well, I guess so. Yeah. If that's the covenant that you're talking about.
Well, let's look at Galatians 3:10 here. I'll read a little bit of it.
Okay. It
says, the just shall live by faith, right?
Right.
As many as were the works of the law are under the curse. For it is written, cursed is everyone that continues not into all things which are written in the book of the law to do them. But that no man is justified by the law in the sight of God, it is evident, for the just shall live by faith. That's the way Abraham was, right? Abraham believed God, it was counted to him for righteousness.
Right.
And the law is not of faith. And the man that does the law shall live in them. So we see God on one side.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we have a little diagram there that you can see.
Okay.
And man is on the other side. He's making a covenant.
Right.
God. Like we said, God's solid.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to change. He's not going to break the covenant.
Right. Right.
Man is a little different.
Right. There's your problem.
We got a problem because this man cannot keep it, right?
Right.
So what do? We're doomed. We're doomed.
Unless God finds a way to bring us back together again.
One thing we can do is we can keep reading.
Oh, that's a good. There is more, huh?
Galatians 3:13 says Christ has redeemed us from the curse of the law, being made a curse for us. For it is written, cursed is everyone that hangs on the tree, that the blessing of Abraham might come on the Gentiles through Jesus Christ, that we might receive the promise of the Spirit through faith. Brethren, I speak after the manner of man, that though it be a man's covenant, yet if it be confirmed, no man disannuls or adds to. That speaks of like the covenant that you have when you buy a car. You write it down, you sign it. They can't change the paperwork. You can't change it.
Okay.
Unless you both agree on it, then you can do it by
then you can. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So even with man, it's saying once the covenant is made or an agreement, nobody can change it.
Right. Unless you agree to change it.
Yeah. So this is law. Now the thing is that God, he will not break this law.
Mm-hmm.
God set this up.
Right.
So the covenant cannot be broken.
Right.
And people say, well, why doesn't God just do this? Well, he can't. He cannot break that covenant.
Okay.
So he can't come in, he can't stop all the wars because he's not the God of this world.
Okay.
He's got to do it through covenant of a man.
Okay.
Because Abraham was the friend of God.
Right.
Moses brought the law.
Right.
So now we're seeing Deuteronomy 28. where he tells us all the blessings and all the curses
of the Abraham's covenant.
Yeah.
Or the law.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Under Moses.
So if you keep my covenant, all these blessings will come on you.
Okay.
If you don't, all these curses.
All these curses.
Yeah.
Okay. And blessings are always better than curses.
I like the blessings.
I agree.
I
agree.
I like health and prosperity and everything good. Peter tells
I wonder
us,
why it brings up in Galatians 3:13 about cursed is everyone that hangs on a tree. Why'd they throw that out there?
that was in the Levitical law.
Okay, that was just for the heck of it. They threw that out
That's
there.
why they couldn't leave them hanging very long.
Oh, on a tree.
Yeah.
You're talking about when they killed people for crimes.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, so the person was cursed because he was hanging on a tree because he had committed crimes.
Right.
Okay, well that makes sense.
Right.
I didn't realize that.
I can't remember. I'd have to look it up to see where it is.
No, I think that makes sense anyway.
Yeah. So Abraham entered into this covenant, like we said, by the shedding of animals, Genesis 17.
Mm-hmm.
They cut the covenant by shedding the animals, spreading them apart, and doing the blood walk, where they both walked. God and Abraham walked through the middle of the animals.
Okay.
That's the blood walk. That's how they did covenants back then.
See, I was thinking Abraham fell asleep.
Well, he did.
And God walked through it by himself.
That's it.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good point. You're
well, I'm just doing this from memory.
But I think it says there's like a smoking lantern that went through there.
It was.
I wonder who that was.
That would have been God carrying the lantern, right?
I wonder who the lantern is.
Oh, the Holy Spirit or Jesus?
Yeah.
I'm the light of the world, the lantern of the world.
Yeah, I'm the lantern of the world.
Okay.
So Genesis 17 calls him and he says, I'll make you exceeding fruitful and everything. This establishes the covenant. But in verse 17:7, he says, I will establish my covenant between thee and thy seed and thee in their generations for an everlasting covenant to be God unto thee and to thy seed forever. So now we're seeing that
he's going to be a God to us.
To Abraham.
To Abraham and his seed.
Abraham's seed.
Which is believers.
Which is Jewish nation at this time.
Okay.
That's what Abraham's thinking, right?
Right.
Right. But he does tell Abraham that the whole world will be blessed through him.
That's true.
Yes. So that expands it a little bit.
Okay.
And he says, I will give to thee and your seed after thee the land wherein thou art a stranger, all the land of Canaan. So from the river to the sea, what river are you talking about?
The Mediterranean?
No, that's the sea.
Oh, would be Euphrates?
The Euphrates.
Okay.
When they say river to the sea, they're talking about the Jordan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I got news for you. The Jews own it all the way to the Euphrates.
Oh, yeah. Much larger.
That's their land. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Sorry about that, everybody, but the Jews own it, and they'll be getting it back real soon.
Good.
Yeah. And I because that's what God said. It's not me, right?
Yeah, that was his covenant, right?
Yeah. An everlasting covenant. So we got God now. We have man on one side. Now we got God, and we got Abraham on the other side of this covenant.
Mm-hmm.
God's here. Abraham's here. It goes to God and Abraham's seed.
Mm-hmm.
And we can see now in Galatians chapter 3 and verse 16, now to Abraham and his seed were the promises made. He says, not to seeds as of many, but one seed, and to thy seed, which is Christ. See, now we're narrowing this thing down.
Mm-hmm.
This covenant is not only for Abraham, it's for Abraham's seed, which is Christ.
Mm. Okay.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere, right?
Right.
Because we had God on one side, man who couldn't keep the covenant, cross him out.
Right.
No, he couldn't do it. But now we got God one side of the covenant and Jesus on the other side. God's not going to break it, and Jesus is not going to break it.
Okay.
They are both capable of keeping
it. Right. Finally, someone. Right. Okay.
And this is one of the qualifications of the kinsman redeemer that you can get that podcast.
Right. Right.
And go through that.
Right.
And verse 17 says,
okay,
this is one of the qualifications of the kinsman redeemer that you can get that podcast.
Right. Right.
And go through that.
Right.